What's up, Nicholas? Oh, Aaron, what's up? And X1776, what's up? Thank you so much. Whew. Oh, Cole, we never told me your kid's name yesterday, dude, man. I'm excited today for him, dude. Getting that little warm-up solo out. But welcome in, everyone. I'm glad everyone could join. Alexander, what's up, dude? I'm just here to hang out, play some drums. Any questions you guys got about drumming, any kind of stuff you're working on, tips, tricks, whatever you want, I'm here to help you with that. And then later we'll talk about my flashcard system that I use to teach and how it could help you develop your own creativity and help you with reading and all sorts of stuff. So what's everyone up to today? Thank you so much, Alexander. Yeah, I always got to catch my breath after those like heavy drummings, man. I'm like, whew. What's everyone's favorite type of music or your favorite drummers? What's some of the stuff you're working on? I'll create a little ambiance while you think about that. Kind of grinding out my work day here too. Hey Lee, what's up? Oh, Aaron, I know you said you're from the islands, man, like the reggae, dude. I tried listening to reggae, man. It's like when I was in Hawaii, like driving up the mountain at 25 miles an hour listening to reggae, man, I had to down some energy drinks because that's what was like making me like too mellow, you know? And Lee, what's up? Alexander, are you doing anything about what? Or am I doing anything about what? I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Is it possible is good? Oh, no worries, Lee. I got it on recording, or it's on the live stream, so if you missed the opening drum solo, don't worry, you can go back and watch it. And what's up, Kayla? Thank you so much for coming in. Trying to kill it over here, trying to beat these drums to death. How's your drumming going, Kayla? Muy poquito, Alexander. I could probably hear it better than I could read it. A lot of times I use Google Translate and like paste stuff in when I'm talking to people that we have a hard time interpreting. And I have another dude that was doing that same thing. He was from Russia, and he would do Google Translate while he was trying to communicate with me on the stream. Kayla, what are you practicing? I'm going to keep my feet here warm for a second so I don't cool down. Should we push tempos up today? I'm at about 174. Should I go a little faster there? Faster than that? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to do some accent and double bass for a minute. I like it because it keeps a smooth process with my feet and keeping the blood flowing, but I get this accent and groove with it, so check it out. The funniest thing about being live is that I always watch myself, and I start getting confused with my own limbs because it's like watching yourself backwards. So then I start messing my own drumming. I'm over here like going like this, and I'm like, wait. I'm like ass backwards, you know? All right, is there any topics anyone wants me to go over, something you're working on or you might be struggling with? Let me know, and we can do some demonstrations here. So transitions before or after a bridge. I'm trying to think like the transitions, it's not really any different than a drum fill per se. Or are you talking about the sometimes it's like a harsher change in beat. Like we go from something more on a 2/4 backbeat to like a halftime feel. So something like that, like it's the drastic change, you mean? Because in a sense, the transitions would be a drum fill. So it's if it's something you're comfortable with in the drum fill. So the drop in the feel, okay. So what I would do is honestly break it all down, right? So play the beat before the transition, get comfortable with that. Make sure you don't have to think about it. Play it over and over and over until you can literally drop into it and play through all 4, including the fill. Then work on the bridge beat, right? And do the same thing. You want to work it so you don't have to think about the concept of it, okay? And then once you could do those together, then start piecing them together so that you can put them together smoothly, you know what I mean? And that transition's like the tape between them to connect them, or the glue, you would call it, you know? And then if you're coming out of it, you want to find that next piece that you're going into, work on that individually, and then make sure you can handle the fill that goes into it. And really pay attention to the feel when you're playing something, because sometimes we think too much when we're trying to do this. Okay, so we want to think about the feel, and a lot of times if you feel it, you'll probably play it unknowingly in some sense. Does that make sense to you? Nick, how's your drumming going, dude? Did you get your drum set yet? I know you said you ordered it the other week. I'm hoping it came in for you. I'm gonna crank this up just a little bit. Might get some blast beats going to kind of get the adrenaline pumping here. Anybody like blast beats? Do you have a favorite? Hammer blast, traditional blast? The 16, those are that. No, I remember, dude. So that one's just gonna take a little bit of just muscle memory. We get in the habit. But honestly, I think the easiest way would be to isolate the hands in that 16th note. One E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. I think that's gonna be the easiest way. Just do that literally for like 3 minutes straight. Take a break, and do another 3 minutes of it. Take a break, and do it for 3 sets. You know what I mean? We think of it like a fitness routine. We want to develop that muscle memory connection. So doing it for 3 minutes, you wouldn't even have to think about that hand pattern and such. And then we'll get that kick drum in there for when you want to play that on the 1 and the 3. And then when we get into those next ones. Samuel, dude, what's up, man? Samuel Ridge's hamster kid. I love it. How are you, man? It's been a while. If you got any questions, Samuel, I'm always here to answer, demonstrate anything. We could talk about rudiments, whatever you guys want, any kind of drum beats or styles. I'm all for it. I like talking about exercises, how to progress, how to get better, faster, everything. One of Instanitis. Oh, yeah, I remember you talking about that one, dude. So you haven't gotten to that? Did they end up getting the cymbals and stuff? Or did you end up getting a set of cymbals for them? And what did you end up with? And yeah, there's so many types of cymbals out there, like especially when you come to like beginner sets and stuff like that, or like the lower end ones. And even when you look for high end one, it took me probably to figure out the cymbals I bought. It took me months of researching and looking exactly what I wanted to, piecing together the right combination of sounds. You know, when I think about cymbals, I'm not the biggest fan of the sets that are all the same style, and then they just have the change in sizes. So you go like 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, and it's all the same style of crash or something. I'm not a fan of that. Dude, what's up, Mike? Thank you, man. Glad you could join the stream or whatnot, dude. I'm excited. We still got to get the jamming, bro. But yeah, so when I think about cymbals, I like having different materials for each one because there's so many sounds you can get out of these cymbals, instead of having a variety of the same cymbal, you could take that same cymbal and playing it soft and light and tapping it and hitting it with the shoulder. You get so many different varieties out of it. So it's one of my favorite things to do. So let's put it. This is probably my favorite one. Check it out. I'll play it all the way up to the bell, all the way down to here. We'll crash and we'll swipe, and you'll get like a really cool, accented, colorful palette from it. And then the camera's hard to see this full one, but this is a really bright, jazzy kind of sound, and I like it. You can get some cool ones with this. My favorite one to do the same thing with, you know? Thank you, Lee. Yeah, like it actually, it's funny you say that about dancing on the drums. When I teach or explain to people, and I think I got into this on the stream last week when we talked about playing soft, like, you know, that prevents you from playing well because you're not really feeling the beat. And I actually tell people we're dancing on the drums. So if you think of it as dancing, most of us can probably dance to a little two-step, just kind of like. If you think of it as the same concept, we're just moving our body to a dance, and you will start to feel that pulse. And we just relate it to music we already know, you know? So let's dance a little bit. I feel like I'm tap dancing a little bit, and I actually have one student who's a tap dance teacher, and I got her playing some double bass hella quick because she's good with her feet. So I think it's kind of a cool idea. Need to like think about some tap dancing concepts for my feet. So if I do like a, right? All right. But here, I'll dance in a second here. What's up, Sam? Not yet, just the heads and the 14-inch tom. what are you talking about? Like a lot of the gospel stuff that you're probably seeing is like linear fills that I see. I do a lot of linear stuff, but it's usually like related to double pedal. But when you look into the gospel music, a lot of times they're doing a lot of, like I said, but they're doing it like in a fast way. And I'm not even gonna say that I'm the best at those. I like using 2 pedals for that. But they doing like, okay, so if we're playing, you know what I mean? I don't even feel comfortable with 1 foot. I've been using 2 feet for so long when I do that I have to. So let's just say work on linear aspects. They have the right-left kick that you've seen. Okay, so that's a good one. And then we have 4s, which would be 2 hands, 2 kick. Okay, and then you can kind of start mixing those. Right? Like I said, that's not my favorite way to play. A lot of times when I play in that linear fashion, I play slower in a groove context, and then when I want to play fast like that, I use double pedal work to get that same idea. So I would more so go like, okay, and Lee, we're going to get back to when I play the next round. I'm going to show you how I dance on the drums here. Robbie, what's up, dude? No, man. Dude, I know. I disappeared for a while. I ended up having some personal issues to take care of. Then kids got out of school, and then I started working on my flashcard system and the whole video course along with that, and it just kind of bogged me out. And the whole time I was like, dude, I got to get back streaming. And it's just been, it literally took like 5 months, but I'm making it a point to be out here multiple times a week, dude. But yeah, dude, how's your drumming going, bro? And you said, was I in jail? Oh, man. I gotta figure out a way to stay more consistent with the daily routine of life, you know? All right, let's dance on those drums. So I'll show you what I mean. When you want to feel it, you really got to get down on the drums. No more of this stiff playing. We want to feel this. That's how I want people to play the drums. So if you're struggling to play something, I urge you to dance with it. Put everything you got into the feeling and the way that you play. Feel it like you're trying to dance to a beat, and I promise you, you'll play drums way better. It's something I teach all my students to really hit those drums. You're not going to break them. Well, some parts of the kit, but you really won't. A lot of these electronic kits, too, they're very durable. I got kids over here that get crazy, and they start like, like going crazy on the drums, and it's hilarious. But yes, feel the drums, like, kick it. Yeah, Lee, thank you. And then Robbie's. Robbie, I'm going to hit you up later. I'll give you some stuff, though. I got some ideas for you, okay? I remember you telling me it's the slow season for you because you do the agriculture and farming stuff. So, dude, I'll hit you up later, man. Thanks for joining, though, dude. It's good seeing you again. I feel like I should let my hair down when I get wild, huh? Should we go for it? I haven't headbanged in a while. I love how the chimes on the hi-hat adds. Yeah, you talking about the, Nicholas, you talking about the ching ring, they call it. But it's like a tambourine. But yeah, so I put that on there to get a different sound from the two hi-hats when I do the 4 pedals. So if I take it off, I got this. Right? Still cool, but it has a similar sound. Right? But we throw that on there. Gives it a little bit of different sound, okay? Usually I have these two hi-hats swapped. I like my dry one over here. So actually, you know what? Yeah, that's what I did. Oh, I'm trying to think how I had it because I had the dry. This is a very dry hi-hat. They're sandblasted. Very thick, chunky sound. And then I have these hand-hammered, very bright, but this kind of like slight dullness to them. It's really, really cool. So let me switch these real quick and see how the difference in sound changes. So it's kind of funny. I like having that with the bright click, having the ching ring on there because it adds that extra with it. It almost like gives it extra emphasis. And then we keep this one very, very hard, thick. real here. Actually, one of the reasons I took my hi-hat from this side was because when I go to play it open, it's very dry to me. So I was like kind of having to tap it. Because otherwise it's like... More? What you want? I got all kinds of stuff. What would you like? My favorite stuff is, oh, thank you, Epic. I love it. Oh, you did? Which one did you get? The Surge one, right? That's exciting. So we got to get you rocking on those drums now. I like the Alesis one. Actually, for those of you out there looking for a good drum set, I'll put a link in the description for an Alesis drum set. I think they're a really good brand to start out with. Nothing crazy expensive and whatnot, but I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I love it. Ah, no more practice pillows. All right. That's how I went through my first drum book. Pillows. Did anybody remember the big old fat phone books? That was my snare drum because it made a fat whap. Yeah, dude, Tool's got some tom grooves. Probably some of my biggest influences on tom grooves. I'll get to more of those. I love tom grooves. And Baby Spaghetti, I got some death metal for you. Actually, let me crank up the tempo a little bit. Who's some of your favorite death metal bands, baby? But yeah, dude, Nicholas, the haven't heard Deicide in so long. What's NYDM? Feel like if I do one-footed, it comes off better. I like doing when I do the traditional blast. I like using 1 foot versus 2, and I'll switch between it. So I'm gonna do like 8 on 1 foot, 8 on the other, and I'll switch to 4s and 4s and 2s and 2s, right? So. Oh, New York death metal. Dude, do you remember a band out of New York called Candiria? I used to listen to them, and I haven't heard of them in so long. I don't know if they really ever got, like, up there, but they were, like, kind of large in the local scene, I would say. Yeah, they're from, I want to say, like the 90s. Like I said, nothing. They didn't get up to I think the upper levels of touring and such, but it was a really cool band. Oh, you want some jazz, huh? I'll play some funky. I like. Oh, thank you. I like funky type of jazz. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily like a. I kind of like more like kicking like a funk with it. Watch. I'm gonna slow that down a little bit, actually. Bring out a little bit more. getting into that jazz feel, that swing a little bit, and you really kind of just get funky and sloppy with it. I actually like the sloppiness of it more than anything. Like you get into that New Orleans kind of. I don't know what that was, but how much for double bass? You mean for like a double bass pedal or 2 kick drums? Is that what you mean, baby? Let me see if I can get some of this New Orleans, because that was some of my favorite stuff. Oh, thank you, Lee. You're amazing. I feel like some tempos trip me up, like I want to play them at different tempos. And too slow. No, oh, I see where my metronome went. Hold on. I was kind of feeling that grittiness, man. I was loving that. All right, what are we talking about? Where are we at? Some Cajun Chabot? Something. New Orleans Cajun. And the complete set. Never play Cajun. Oh, Cahoon. Ilya, what's up? Never play Cahoon boxes. I never played them really either, to be honest. I see a lot of people playing those. I live in Las Vegas, so there's a lot of bands on the Strip actually bringing those out and playing and whatnot. But I think they're pretty cool. And the complete set for a double bass, I mean, you can I would look on your local, Facebook marketplace or, offer up or something. You can find somebody getting rid of a good drum set for fairly cheap, because most of the time when people are want to get rid of their kits, they're trying to save some space and whatnot, so they're letting them go for cheap. I say you can get something for under $1,000 for sure, and it'd be a decent playability. You know what I mean? Nathaniel, what's up, dude? You ready to play some drums with me, dude? I'll play a little bit of Night Stalkers real quick, dude. Full speed. I'm warmed up today. All right. We cranking. I'm over the speed of Night Stalkers, dude. So let's crank it. I'm gonna play it double bass, and I'll show you that one I was talking about with the 2 kicks that I think he's playing it like. Yeah, dude. All right, let me swap these hi-hats out, or because. All right. Ilya, what are you up to? Here we go. forgot how to play it real quick, dude, from last night. How's that, Nathaniel? That was at 202, so Night Stalkers is like 190, I believe, so. I'm getting hyper over here, man. I'm having fun. I cranked those tempos up, but it's just like, ah! Oh, man. Baby, you still with me? Because I'm getting to those, like, fast death metal tempos. Should we go faster? I think my time's about up, though, here. We're going for about an hour. Otherwise, I'm going to overdo the feet here. Bro, no way, Steven. What's up, man? It is never too late. 45 is actually a really good age, dude. I promise you. I hit my 40s this year, and it's a whole nother world after that. Like, you have this second half of life, dude, to do what you want in life. And I think playing drums, I actually have most of my students, I have some kids, but it's funny, lately I've been getting calls from older people in their late 30s, some early 30s, but then I have in my 40s and some of them in their 50s. So, dude, you hit me up. I got some stuff I can send you if you want to learn. Got some really good, simple concepts to help you start playing. All right. Actually, before we end the stream today, I wanted to talk about my flashcards. And Steven, I'm glad you actually just joined because you could check it out. And it actually comes with a full video playthrough as well as a PDF ebook on some tips and tricks to help you get started with your first drum beat, as well as how to progress through the 7 lessons in my flashcards. So check it out. They're called Drummer Flashcards on Amazon. It is an interchangeable system of flashcards that once you start learning the beats, we can start mixing and matching the cards, right? So you learn 3 beats and a drum fill, we can start switching those drum beats around and such, right? I'm going to pull it up on the screen here in 1 second, actually. So there you go. But basically, doesn't matter what the drum beats are. You can basically go like this, play them that way, and then reverse the cards and play them that way. And it's going to give you a variety of ways to create 2-measure phrasings, 4-measure phrasings, and you could literally just create an entire song with these if you wanted to, you know what I mean? So let me open this PDF up and show you what the cards look like. And they are available on Amazon. You can get them with your Prime membership, so they'll get to you in a day or two. But let's check these out, dude. I'm very excited for these. I use them with my students, and they are playing a variety of beats, mixing and matching the concepts, and everything in this flashcard set compounds from one lesson to the other, okay? So if we look at this, Steven, I'm going to tell you this one right now. If you could play this drum beat, you can push through the first 2 lessons of the cards pretty easily, okay? I wouldn't say easily, but you have the tools to understand the written music and push for it. So, all right. I'll get to that in 1 second, Lee, but I like that question. All right, so if we look at here, we have the counts above a drum beat, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And I use red lines to connect the bass drum and blue lines to connect the count to the snare drum, okay? And when you're learning these drum beats, we want to accent the notes with our voice, especially in these early stages. So we would say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? To get that emphasis from the mind to hitting the part of the drum set, okay? And when you go through the PDF in my lesson course, it actually has a breakdown of how to learn this first beat, and it'll really help you get that beat down. Literally, you could probably learn it in 10 minutes. Even if you even like hit me up on my my website, we can go through a video lesson, and I can help you through it all. But from there, we are going to progress the beats in a simple manner. You're going to play something you know, which is this beat, and then we're going to add a beat to that and of 3. You saw that change, right? Same beat here. We're just adding an extra note here. Okay? So that first beat is this. Let me go. Hold on. Okay? And the second beat's the same thing, just adding that note. Okay? And the whole system of this progresses like that. So we start going into the third beat, and we start doubling up that aspect, okay? Then we go through beats 4 and 5. We start changing and really developing our bass drum technique within an 8th note position, playability. Then we move into lesson 2, or here, check it out. This is another part of the cards I like, is the color-coded note heads in the drum fill cards. So this is a basic snare fill. So if we went... Okay, so we have blue note heads for the snare drum, and then, see, I keep wanting to use the mouse on the actual video screen. And then if you look at here, we have our drum fills in the toms in color-coded as well. So that green one is going to be your high tom. Okay, the orange, the mid tom. And the purple is your low tom. So that drum fill is very common. You've heard this. Okay, And all of my students watching know the power of that drum fill, because when we start building off of that and start breaking up that pattern into something a little more complex to give it a little variety, okay? But again, we start compounding the lessons into lesson 2, adding snare drums outside, or along with that 2 and 4 backbeat. So we're having a basic drum beat here, except for we're just adding the and of 2 and the and of 4 on the snare drum. And the whole system of cards progresses like that. We really fly through the different variety of beats. This is the only one that's a little bit different in the lesson, but I have a PDF to help you understand this, and then there's a lesson on YouTube actually that describes this a little more, and I'm working on putting some more descriptive lessons in this video course. But we put through some snare drum fills and such, or snare drum rhythms, which can be used not just as snare drum rhythms, but as drum fills as well, okay? And then we're looking at lesson 5. We start taking those simple drum beats that you already know how to play, and we start splashing them on the hi-hat. You can see that little the little green dot above the and of 4, that signifies to splash the hi-hat, okay? So we do that, then we get into lesson 6. We start getting into more 16th note positions on the kick drum to give you a little more funkier feel into your groove. So we got... Okay? A little bit more kick to those kick drums and really developing that idea. Lesson 7, we move into what you all find you've heard this before. Okay? But that is the basis, and you can combine the very last drum beat in lesson 7 with the very first drum beat in lesson 1 to create a 2-measure phrasing. The entire set of cards is interchangeable. However you want to play them, get creative, learn to develop your own mind with this, and start shifting the blocks around like a puzzle, creating stuff. And you'll find stuff that works and stuff that doesn't work, but if you find stuff that doesn't work, add something to it to tie it together better, or take something out. This is the idea of kind of getting your own creativity here. I'm really big on that with my students. We do cover songs to learn a little bit, but I always foster creativity over cover songs. So if you want to hear somebody playing a guitar riff, you're going to know how to really color that guitar riff and make it, or complement it so well, you know what I mean? So, Lee, that question about the ghost notes, so yeah, gentle notes we typically call ghost notes, and yeah, mixing it with the thrash. I've kind of learned to groove like that, so anyone who's taken part of my double bass course with me knows that I incorporate groovy aspects into double bass. I love thrash and death metal, but when we start incorporating like ghost notes and groove to it, it really takes metal to a whole nother ball game. So they are hard to control in the early stages. Most people's ghost notes are going to be pretty... Samir, what's up, dude? Thanks for joining in. We're just about wrapping it up here, though. Going to start probably the live streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays on here, so just be aware, Tuesdays, Thursdays at 12 p.m., that's Pacific Standard Time. But, so talking about ghost notes, a lot of times in the early stages of ghost notes, we're probably playing them a little rough, so... But it does take a little control to play them very soft. I try to play them as soft as I can, and I tell people when you're playing so soft that you miss the note, that's a good thing. Because 1, you're trying to control that pattern, right? And 2, when you miss that note, it's one of these beautiful mistakes that actually colors the beat in a unique way, okay? So I always literally barely drop that stick, like have it here and drop it. You don't even have to put any force behind it. It's right here, just let it drop. Oh, you're welcome, Nicholas, man. I'll see you later, dude, okay? Let me know when you get that drum set. Actually, I did a live stream about ghost notes. This is my go-to ghost note trainer beat. We are going to basically play 16th notes, but we're gonna drop that snare drum extremely light. Okay. Right? Okay. So we start with that. Getting that kick drum on 1 and 3 like a standard beat. Okay? And then as you get comfortable with that soft ghost note and you feel like it's nice and soft, we're going to throw a kind of like a displaced backbeat in there. We're going to take one of those soft notes and we're going to play it hard like a backbeat. So we're going to go like this. And what this does is it teaches you the difference between your soft and your hard hits, creating a very, very big separation in volume and developing a control of it. And now it won't be perfect when you first start playing it. You're going to probably be playing, after you play that hard hit, you're probably going to play those ghost notes a little harder until you get that control in, okay? But eventually you'll learn how to snap it, and you're going to catch it right above the head and then drop. You know what I mean? Man, I want to get into this, but it's probably going to take too long. I'm talking about the rebound aspect and how it's taught, I think, a little too early to rely on rebound when you're learning drums. I don't rely on rebound, to be honest, unless I'm playing like fast or something. But in the early stages, you should be able to control every aspect of your stick, okay? So do that for ghost notes out there. I know everyone loves that funky feel of ghost notes. So take this exercise, play it just constantly for a while until you understand the difference in volume. You want to just try to get a little variety out of that, so. I want to thank all of you so much for joining in today. This was a freaking awesome live stream. Lots of chats going on. Thank you so much to everybody and all my students that came out too, man. I really appreciate you all so much. And I love teaching you guys. It's so much fun. But yeah, we're going to try to get these live streams rolling on a regular. I have a blast doing this. And hopefully you get some inspiration here, learn some things. And if you're out there and you're looking to learn some drums, hit me up on my website. I do live online drum lessons. What you see right here is exactly what you'll get. We'll go through a Zoom meeting or a Google Meets, whichever you prefer. I try to stray towards Google Meets because most people have a Google account. But yeah, you get this same quality right here. I pull up music. You can learn really easily with me. So if you're out of state, hit me up. We'll learn some drums and have some fun. All right, thanks, everyone. Yeah, Steven, hit me up, man, all right? Lee, thank you. Steven, thank you. Nicholas, Samir. What do we got? Nathaniel. Thanks, dude. I'm going to see you later, all right, dude? And then Ilya, baby. Kayla, thank you so much. I will see all of you guys later. Have a good day.